Well, hey team. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time I find you. It is morning, early afternoon for me. And today I am going to make beeswax foundation. I'm going to show you what I've got here. This is a silicone template. And what we're going to do is we are going to melt in this pot some honey. Am I awake today? No, not yet. Beeswax, and pour it into that mold. And then we will put that in our swarm trap on the frames so that it smells like a hive that's already being used. And then it'll attract some bees amongst, putting some scented stuff in there as well to attract them. And then hopefully we collect some bees as they come through as they're swarming here in the next few weeks. Now this is the wax that we got from the hive last year, because what we do is we take our frames and we don't put it in the spinning machine where it spins the honey off and then the foundation stays, the wax stays and all that stuff. No, we cut all of it off of the frames, so we get leftover wax, then we put it into a separate mold that looks like that. Let me dig that out. Okay, so then we melt down what we collect from the hive into this silicone mold. Squishy, squishy. And it comes out with these little nice pucks. And then I just put them in a bag and do whatever I need to with them. And today, what I need to do with them is melt them down and then make new foundation that we can put on our frames for future bees. So I just want to take you along on that quick journey, and we'll go from there. I don't do any like specific temperatures or anything like that. I just put the thing in this, I don't know what material this is. I want to say it's aluminum, but I melt this down. Takes a decent amount of time. And then I pour it in the molds. I've actually not used these molds before, so let's see how do I use this stove. This is our, you could tell, drywall mud on the screws. This is a remodel or an addition, I guess, to that house. And it's been in this state for a hot minute because when Brent went back to work, like all construction halted, and he's doing this on his own. However, I still have, an oven. I've got the concrete floors. I have the oven. It's just kind of one of these catch-all places, but I'm still using it to function on minimal terms. Before the market season starts, which is in a few weeks, I'm hoping that a significant amount of this will be completed so that I can bake my breads out here. I mean, I can bake them in the house like I have in the years past, but I find that having this quiet place out here without the kids running around, and it's just better to have a more secluded area, out of the normal family kitchen, because if I'm baking breads and then it's suddenly time for lunch to get started, then I've got to clear off the breads, and it's a lot of moving and shifting, and it's not the preferred. So yeah, anyway, maybe this construction will be done in time, maybe not. I'm not holding my breath. But for now, it's enough that I can melt our wax from last year and pour it into this mold. So I'm going to get set up. I know that this is extremely messy of a process after watching some other YouTubers use this same mold. I'm going to lay some protection down on the counter, and we'll go from there.
It is my happy day, I want to sing it all the day. My best friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy. Happy. Happy, 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 happy. It is my happy day, I want to sing it all the day. My best friends are always with me. We sing, we dance, we laugh, we are happy every day. Have fun with us, let's say happy, 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 happy. Happy, happy.
Okay, what I'm doing here is this has like a lip on it. So I know this is the bottom because it looks like I can catch things in there versus I know this is the top because there's no lip anywhere. So I'll put these in this groove. And I just kind of squish in there. When I've watched other people do it, they just pour it from here and go that direction and then gently lay this over. And it shouldn't take very long to harden up like mold. So let's go check on our wax. Here it's sizzling a little bit. Get my spoon. Okay, so right now, I immediately see a few flaws that I have done. I didn't do enough wax in there, as you can tell, because I didn't fully, get it all. I let that dry for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, look at it, generous, 4 minutes. And it's still warm, but it's still warm. A level table would help, and with me being on this box is definitely not level, which is why I had so much spillage out on the sides here. I'm gonna rethink this and see if there's some other solution, or I'm just gonna keep going the course. I might just do that. I mean, I'm not displeased with my results here, but I definitely need more. I wonder if I just take this and just fully remelt it. Doesn't take long to melt. That is cool though, look at that. I definitely know that if I were to let it dry longer, it would be great results. However, since I didn't pour enough of this one in to begin with. We'll just try again. We'll just try again and then wait a lot longer on everything. More melted material and wait longer. That might get me. Smells amazing, but this is very sticky. They're just so cool. They look like little, where's the camera? Shapes from like chemistry class. Like electrons and it's been a while. It's been a while since I've done chemistry. That was so high school. Go ahead though. Squish, squish. Okay, we're gonna call that good enough. I mean, once the hot wax hits that, it'll melt anyway. Okay, take two. We're back. After that second pour, I waited, it's been probably 30 minutes, maybe not quite 30 minutes, but it's cool to the touch now. Like versus before, it was still really warm. So this is cool to the touch. We're gonna open it up and see what's up. It's so satisfying. There's still a little bit of warmth to it, like it's warmer than my hand. So I'm just gonna let it sit here longer. It doesn't hurt. But you guys see, I poured so much on it last time. Like it was like, and I still didn't get all of the areas. And I'm gonna blame that on the surface not being level because I've got it on this like Amazon box and who knows what else. So with this just being my current setup, I'm pretty happy with the results. But we'll come back and check it out. Okay, it's been a few hours now at this point, so I'm pretty sure it's cooled down. Let's peel it apart and see what it looks like. You'll notice it looks a little dirty here in the middle because I wasn't perfect at getting this wax super clean when I took it from our hive last year. Okay, it's doing the same thing. You know what? What if I do this? Oh, wow. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'd say minus the dry time, which, set it and forget it. The actual like melting of the wax, pouring the wax in the mold, and then removing it from the mold when it's cooled. 15 minutes total. Dry time, like I said, I've walked away for a few hours, so like maybe it would be 2 hours total if you were just sitting there and staring at it. But who does that? Nobody does that. I only have one of these molds, and so I have more wax. It's now cooled, but it won't take me but a few minutes to heat it back up. And then I'll do it again and then let it sit there for a few, this is like an all day thing for me now, I've determined. And I'll just see how many of these foundations I can make. And then when Brent gets home today, he's supposed to hang the swarm trap for me. And he's going to attach those to the swarm trap, theoretically. This is all theory. We've never done this before. We're trying it out though, so I'll let you know how that goes as well. And if it isn't in this video, if it's another one, then thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.